the positive ideal solution of C1 will be deducted from the value of B, right? 0.11. And positive ideal solution for C2 will be deducted from the value of P for C2. So 0.72 will be deducted. Similarly, this one, positive ideal solution of C1 will be deducted from the value of C1 for C, and positive ideal solution of C2 will be deducted from the value of C. That is what we will do now. Means positive ideal solution of C1 0.1111, and this is for C2, positive ideal solution for C2 0.72. Is it clear? Then a new we are not finished yet. Now, not only the sorry, the positive ideal solution will be deducted from each of the value of A, B, C for C1, C2, C1 and C2. It will be squared. It will be squared. Okay, that this deduction will be squared. This deduction will be squared. Correct? And then the squared value of C1 will be added to the squared value of C2 for A. So these will be plus added. C1 value for A add with C2 value for A. Which value? The positive ideal solution deducted from the value of A for C1 and for C2. This is squared and then added to each other. Okay. So this, after addition, what will happen? After addition, we'll get a value for A. Let us say this is A. We'll get a value for B. We'll get a value of C. Let me repeat. The positive ideal solution of C1 will be deducted from the value of A, value of B, value of C. The positive ideal solution of C2 will be deducted from value of A for C2, value of B for C2, value of C for C2. First for C1, then for C2. Now positive ideal solution will be separate. For C1, the positive ideal solution. For C2, the positive ideal solution. This positive ideal solution will be deducted from the value of A, B, C for C1, and positive ideal solution for C2 will be deducted from the value of A, B, C for C2. Then this deduction will be squared and added to each other. Means the square of for C1 will be added to the square of C2. Okay, this will be added. And then we will get a term like A, B, and C. After we get this term A, B, C, we will just square root it. And then we will get this D plus for each of the alternatives. This will be, the square root of A will be the D1, square root of B will be D2, square root of C will be D3, or you can say it as A, DA, DB, DC, whatever it may be. But this D is plus. This because this is for positive ideal solution. Always remember, positive ideal solution or PIS, positive ideal solution, is always represented by a superscript plus, and negative ideal solution is always represented by superscript minus. In the earlier case, A minus you have given. In this case, D I plus, D I minus. So remember, this D will be calculated for each of the alternatives. So if there are 3 alternatives, 3D will be calculated. If there are 5 alternatives, 5D will be calculated, right? So how it is calculated, I have explained many times. Now similarly, to find the D minus, you will deduct the NIS from each of the alternative. NIS for C1 from each of the value of alternatives for C1, and NIS of C2 from each of the value of alternatives of or for C2. Whatever the value of alternatives is for C1, the NIS for C1 will be deducted from there and squared. Again, whatever value is there for A, B, C for C2, from each of the value you will deduct the NIS for C2 and then square it. After then you will add the square of C1 and square for C1 and square for C2 with each other and get and apply square root to find the D1 minus D2 minus D3 minus. Are you getting my point? Say for example, when you deduct the NIS from each of the value of A, B, C, NIS for C1 and NIS for C2, then square, then add with each other, the square of for C1, square for C2, add between them. So for NIS, we will have